So let's say the unauthenticated gateway problems don't exist, but we still have potentially remote code execution via prompt injection or just malicious skills. How would you protect, let's say, from prompt injection in ClawdBot?
Yeah, so the first, especially with the remote code execution, is that we have to make sure that the permission, the basic computer stuff like computer security, the basic stuff should be there. We have to, for example, when you install OpenClaw, it should be, if possible, like its own infrastructure. If not, at least you have to install it on some sort of VM or Docker instance, something like that, so that you can separate the entire execution from your normal system, and then make sure that all the permissions are set properly, right? You don't want to give it, for example, root access to everything that you have, and so on. And I think there is this question: do you need code execution in the first place, right? Especially you might be using OpenCloud for some sort of business, or even if it's personal stuff, you have some sort of need that you use it for. You should ask a question like, do I need code execution? And if not, just go and shut it down, right? It's highly configurable, so you can turn that off. But then it's still possible that the agent generates some code and then execute that. One way is you first, as an attacker, you first go through the system and get some sort of bash access or a Python executable or something like that, right? You have to get that executor permission. And you might do that through the typical cybersecurity attacks, like you have the username password and then got some access through that. Typical cybersecurity. This is not LLM security, right? Once you get that permission, somehow you generate codes using the agents and then like execute that code. That could be Bash or Python script or something else. But here, how do we defend against this? Then one way is to limit the tool usage, and this is where you disable the code execution, but you still need to like make sure that all the tools that are attached to the agent don't have any kind of code execution capability. But then you can also have this, let's say, barcode defender, barcode guardrail that whenever it detects some sort of code that's being generated from the LLM, it basically doesn't allow to doesn't allow that content to be sent to the next, let's say, the caller, right? Which might be some sort of part of the open cloud that executes code. So this guardrail, what it does, that it detects, okay, now the agent generated some sort of code, and I should block this. That's it. But then you can also make sure that even if some sort of code is executed, it doesn't result in anything bad. For example, if the whole thing is containerized, then there is nothing you can do in that, right? If there is no, let's say, internet connection, there is nothing you can do with remote connection and so on. So you can disable all those capabilities and then just enable what you want in that whole setup. But ultimately, when it comes to the agent, you have to use some sort of guardrail like barcode and code detector models, and then like tool detector models and so on.